they need to get water into the classroom for the students. So they're there working hand in hand. They volunteer as substitute teachers if they have the qualifications. And so we start by hiring qualified teachers and bringing in parents to help them, and then strengthening the PTA, the Parent Teachers Association, making sure that they have open day where the parents can come and take a look at their children's work, and they get input from the teacher. The teacher can tell them how they can help their children at home.
But Professor, I beg to stop you right there, because in days gone by, the first generation graduates in Nigeria, their parents were all illiterate. How did they excel to a point where they all got scholarships to go study in England?
Well, see, we're talking about this because of the problem we have. Because originally, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know about the rest of you, but I went to public school, a public primary school, and public secondary school. And I went to Yaba College of Technology. And I think by the time I finished at Yaba College of Technology, both my parents were dead. So to sort of buttress what you were saying, but we had a good system. We had qualified teachers, and we had dedicated teachers. I have a PhD in finance. The reason I have, in fact, my math teacher in secondary school is probably going to be so thrilled, because he was the one who caused me to develop a love, for mathematics. He accosted me in the hallway one time because I was struggling with maths, and he was like, "Awosika, do you hate me?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, why would I hate you? I mean, I'm just here minding my own business, trying to get my good grades." And he's like, "See, you don't do well in somebody's class if you don't like them." So he knew I was struggling. He had a heart for my struggle, and he was trying to find out why I didn't get mathematics. And so I was like, "Oops, okay. I mean, if you're going to take it so personally, I think I better start learning, this stuff." And I did. I went, and I was in Form 5 then. You did your school cert in Form 5, not up to the 6th form. And I went to the person who knew mathematics best in Form 1. And every afternoon, they would coach me through Book 1. And then I did the same thing for Book 2, Book 3, Book 4. And then I revised Book 5 with a friend of mine, who throughout the summer coached me, for the
This is
WAEC.
a school in Nigeria or in the US?
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes. I attended St. Louis Secondary School in Ondo.
Okay.
And so it's
If I may just come in here, I mentioned that most Nigerians are morally bankrupt. And I was raised by my grandmom. She's stark illiterate. My mom never stayed home. My father was a strong farmer. He never thought about that. But one thing my grandmom did for me was, I must not fail to go to school. And when I come back from school, she will ask me, "How did you do in school today?" And she was working in connection with my elementary school teacher to ensure, because I was a truant, to ensure that, yes, I was in school. And she would check with her, "Have you seen so today?" No. She would take her time to go around the whole village.
Look for you.
And looking for me. So morally they feel that way, we have to have this.
And you got a good whopping when she
And
found you.
oh yes, she will hold my ear and say, "Don't talk, don't say anything." I can't even react to that as a punishment. So the parents have a lot to do. Whom do we have today? Quick this which they are teaching their children. And the kids, they learn so much by watching what their parents do. So we have to go back to the parents also. They have a lot of work to do.
Even if they are illiterates, to keep an eye on the children, make
It's
sure
just
that
the
they go to school.
discipline. Because, the parents at home bring the discipline. I mean, I would never think of not going to school. my mom would kill me. You know, no, it would not even cross my mind to not, you know, to not go to school. And also, I think the reason we're bringing parents into the schools now is because we have an acute problem. We have an acute shortage. I was talking about my sister-in-law earlier. She teaches 5 arms of English language, and each arm has about 90 students in it. So tell me how she's going to be able to cope effectively. But she's still
450 students.
Yes, ma'am.
Marking 450.
Yes, ma'am. And so and in her own as a teacher, she still takes care of her children. You know, discipline them. You know, she still works with them on that. For example, her son went to school, had an assignment, and the teacher gave an example, and he read it, and he's like, "This is wrong." And so he gets home and says, "Mom, look at what my teacher wrote, and I think this should be the right answer. So what do I do? Do I write it the way the teacher wrote it, or do I write He knew the right answer because Mom spent time with him, teaching him the right way to do it. And so, and I was consulting. I said, "No, you write it the right way. And if the teacher wants to challenge you, let me know. I'll go in and see her." You know, because it's, and so we don't have the qualified people in there. And if we have qualified parents who can help them, I mean, if there was a parent in that classroom who knew something about, you know, structure and lexes and you know, all that, the core basic things that they need to teach, grammar that they need to teach these children, she or he might be able to say, you know, after class to say, "Excuse me, I don't think that is right." And then they can correct that. The problem that we have is why we're advocating that parents please get even more involved. Now we have educated parents. Let's use them. We know they're busy. A lot of them, you know, 2 parents out working all day long, they may not have the time. But if their children's future is important, then we'll beg them to create the time.
Okay. I need to bring in this controversy that's going on now regarding the University of Abuja, the medical school, and the minister saying that the NUC is hastening to get accreditation for the institution's medical program. I have a number of questions to ask regarding accreditation of programs of higher institutions. I would have thought that a medical school would have got accreditation before the students come in from year 1, so that they know that they are there for 5-6 years. From the second MB, they go on to the medical school proper. But these kids have been hanging around now for God knows how long, not being able to go to any medical school, and their own medical school has not been accredited. Please, you both are in the system. What is the procedure?
Well, I wish you have one AUC staff here or that to answer that question. But I believe in most cases in Nigeria, we always like to go to the background or backyard to get this needed accreditation for the universities. I believe NUC will have the system whereby that you must have this before you do this. That is okay. But in most cases, they always jump the gun to make sure that, well, we are on it. And it's most likely NUC might have gone there initially, maybe the first year or something like that, because you must have so many things in place before they can actually give accreditation. The structure, maybe the staff. You cannot just hire some staff without the student to teach and some student on the grant. Why maybe they do the first accreditation, they failed, they didn't meet up the standard. And they were supposed to do certain things, and that's what might happen that make it to linger on and linger on before they could give them the accreditation. You must meet all the criteria, especially the staff the students to start with, and then the structure also.